Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to concentrate on a viewer's very nice collection. And this viewer's name is Mark Wernick, and let me read you his email. Archie, what's up you fuckeroni? First of all, I just wanted to say I'm a very big fan of the channel, and I've been watching you daily for the past 6 months or so. Your videos are entertaining, informative, and have helped me to learn the important points in horology. In short, you rock. Thank you. So my current collection includes a Rolex sub 116610, that's the ceramic date steel sub, which I bought 2 years ago. I use this as my sports watch and daily beater. I love this watch despite other tools owning it. And it certainly can go with most outfits. 1 month ago I tracked down a used Speedy Pro, good call Archie, which I've attached to a leather strap. I'm using this as my weekend watch as it lacks a date complication. Love the manual wind feature and the history of the Omega Speedmaster. For my next timepiece, I'd like to incorporate a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso to use as a dress type watch. This would probably alternate with the sub, maybe every other day or every third day, as I have business casual attire in the office. There are 4 Reversos that I've come across that I wanted to get your opinion on, as you clearly are a Reverso expert. Since I sign documents on a daily basis, the only requirement that I have is that it must have a date complication. Here are the advantages and disadvantages in my mind of the 4. Number 1, the Reverso Grand Duo. Love the simplicity of the dial, but not a huge fan of the date wheel. Nice having a second face, but doubt I'll use the second time zone feature. Downside also is the power reserve, which is only 48 hours. But flip side is that if it runs down, won't be a huge pain to set the date again, as compared to the Grand Reverso calendar. Probably will have to buy new. The second Reverso is the Grand Reverso calendar. Reminds me of the Master calendar. Moon phase complication is friggin' sweet. Probably like the face better than the Grand Duo. However, what I worry about is that once the power reserve runs down, it's going to be a royal pain in the ass to set the day, date, moon phase. Also probably will have to buy new. The third Reverso he's considering is the Reverso Grand Date, the Archie Luxury Reverso. This is the one I'm leaning towards. Love the 8-day power reserve, which means I can wear this baby once or twice a week without having to reset everything. Love the power reserve indicator and exposed movement on the flip side. Great bang per buck used, obviously. Only downside I see is that the face is a little busy. And the fourth Reverso he's considering is a Reverso Grand GMT. Love the day, month indicator, and what's he saying? Day, knock indicator, and 8-day power reserve. Day night indicator and 8-day power reserve. Don't like the fact that the power reserve indicator is on the back side. Also, I don't think I'd use the GMT function that much, as I think I'm more likely to travel with the sub since it's more versatile for vacation and travel. I probably will also incorporate a Rolex GMT watch into the collection at some point. Thinking white dial 16570 Explorer 2. Advantage is that obviously it's good on the used market like the Grand Date. And he says to me, are there any other points you think I'm missing? Would you buy your Grand Date again? Any other watches you think I should consider? Thank you for all your horological wisdom and for taking the time to read my email. Please let me know how I can make a donation. He's given $75. Very good donation. Thank you very much. Fondly, Mark Wernick from Chicago, Illinois. And before we look at the Reverso question, I would just like to go through his current collection there. So he's sent me a few pics as well, which I really did enjoy. And he tells me that in his current collection there, he's also got a vintage Rolex Oyster Perpetual, which belonged to a relative, and the wife wears that. And I gotta say, I want to firstly say, look, I really think the steel sub date is a fantastic piece. That is so versatile, waterproof piece, wear it anywhere, and that timing feature with the rotating bezel, it's just fantastic. Whether you're timing your lunch break, the parking meter, or anything else, it's really, really cool. I really love also the chronograph, the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, and I love mine. Today I'm wearing my Calatrava, but I've normally got my Speedmaster on. And I do love the vintage Rolex which your wife wears. So cool. Very, very cool piece indeed there. And I noticed you're a brown strap fan. I'd also suggest trying the black straps with the black dial, Speedy. But I do love the brown straps. They are fantastic. So now, I just want to say you've got a really, really cool bass. I love it. I really do love that bass that you've got there. So I'm really, really proud that I've been able to help you and assist with your collection. Now, as for these Reversos, let's talk about this. Okay, so these are some really good questions. And I've got to say to you, I absolutely love the Reversos. Let's go through it. Firstly, there is the Reverso Grand Duo. And I got to tell you, this is a really, really cool piece. And the Grand Duo itself, it's just, I don't know what to say. I really like it. I love the black face, just how it's done. And I also like the white face on it. It just is a very simple, classic Reverso, which you can flip depending on your mood and how it takes you. So I really do like it. I think that is a fantastic piece. You say there is that it's the only downside is the power reserve is 48 hours. Yep, I understand. That's a fair comment. The next thing is the Grand Reverso calendar. Now this is actually, it is a triple date. It's not an annual calendar. Triple date meaning that you need to adjust the numbers of the day of the month if it's under 31. Okay, that's not a huge problem there. That's something that's doable. I actually really like the look of it. I think it's got a I actually had a look at this piece when I was in Melbourne, and the moon phase, as you say, is cool. It's a really, really cool complication, and it looks fantastic on the Reverso. So I'm yearning for that. That's a really, really cool piece. I think it just, you couldn't go wrong with that. The Reverso Grand Date, that's my Reverso, the same model that I've got. I love it. I love it. You know, the thing about the Reverso Grand Date is that's a Reverso that I saw a friend of mine, Fred, who works for Brisbane Vintage Watches. He was wearing it. And I said to him, Fred, I love it so much. I'll give you $1,000 more than you paid for it. That's how fantastic I felt that piece was. I actually love the dial. I don't think it's busy. I think it's absolutely perfect. I love the fact that you've got the display back, and on the front you've got the 2-disc date system, you've got the sub-seconds, you've got the power reserve. I think it is absolutely perfect. It's very similar to a sun moon, but I think the Reverso Grand Date, I think it's just perfect. That's my own opinion. Okay. And then you've got the Reverso Grand GMT. And I got to tell you, that's also a magnificent piece. And I like it as well there. I like it. I like that piece a lot there. Okay, which piece would I go for? Which piece would I go for? Now, I got to tell you the truth. I think they're all fantastic choices. All fantastic. And if you're buying on the pre-owned market, it depends what sort of deal and the condition of the piece. That's more important than which is the better ones. Personally, I'd say my favourite two out of all of those, and all of those are great choices, I'd probably say the Reverso Grand Date and the Grand Reverso Calendar. Those two would be the pick. If I had to pick one, I love the calendar one. If you don't have an annual calendar, I think that's a cool complication to have. So my answer is, for myself, if you don't have an annual calendar like I do, for me, I think the Reverso Grand Date's probably the best. But with your collection in mind, I think the Grand Reverso Calendar could be a great way to go. That could be a great way to go. In all honesty, all four of those are fantastic. But I would generally say, I think, my own opinion, I'd probably say Grand Reverso Calendar number 1, number 2, Reverso Grand Date, number 3, I'd probably say Reverso Grand Duo, and then the GMT. I think in the GMT, the reason I'm putting it at the bottom of the list, just as you've said, I think the Rolex GMT solution, whether it's an Explorer 2 or a Rolex GMT, is the better way to do the GMT watch. That's just my opinion. It doesn't mean the Reverso's not a good choice. So there we go, a fantastic collection. I'm so proud that you've really listened to the advice. You've got a great collection, great foundations. I'm so proud of you. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you fuckers think of this collection. Nice one, Archie. Great collection.